So I was in Knesset this weekend, and the rabbi was giving an halacha, teaching the people in the shul an halacha. And I learned a lot from this. Not about the halacha, I knew. Baruch Hashem. I learned something else from this. He says, there's an halacha in Shulchan Aruch that you're not allowed to sell a mezuzah to a goy. Not allowed to sell a mezuzah to a goy. Not allowed. Why? This mitzvah for Am Yisrael. You're not allowed to sell the mezuzah to a goy. That's halacha. But what happens if a goy, non-Jew, comes to the rabbi and says, listen, I have a mezuzah here, and I need you to check it to see if it's good. So the rabbi says to him, you're Jewish? No, I'm not Jewish. So how do you know you need to check it? He goes, well, my boss, I know he had problems in his house, so he called the rabbi. The rabbi said, give me your mezuzot, and I'll check him. And then everything, after he gave it back to him, he said everything was good in his house. So I have problems in my house. So I'm listening. I took it off the wall, and I'm giving it to the rabbi to check for me. Maybe there's something wrong with the mezuzah. So now the rabbi is a dilemma. Why? There's an halacha in Shulchan Aruch, the book of laws for Am Yisrael, says you're not allowed to sell the mezuzah to the goy. So what do? That's what the rabbi asked the crowd. So one guy says, I have the answer. Says what? Take the mezuzah scroll out of the thing, make a photocopy of it, and put the photocopy inside, and keep the mezuzah. That's called stealing. Gneva dat. You're not allowed to steal it. It's not your stuff, it's his stuff. Even though he's not allowed to have it, you're still not allowed to steal it. So another guy says, I got an idea. The mezuzah, it's in your head now, right? Take pen and write something over, ruin the mezuzah. So now it's not a kosher mezuzah, so at least he has a mezuzah that's not kosher. And give it back to him, say everything's okay. He doesn't know. Yet to him, an aleph is the same thing as an N. He doesn't know the difference. So make the aleph into an N or something, like ruin the mezuzah, it's not kosher anymore. One letter is wrong, the whole mezuzah is not kosher, so ruin it for him. Rabbi says, yeah, but this is also stealing. So now the crowd is quiet. Oh, okay, it's why I can't make a copy of it. Another guy says, you can't just take it out and give nothing back? He goes, that's also stealing.
It's the instructions.
Put the instructions inside?
No, you tell them that's only the instructions.
Oh, it's also stealing.
It says you can't sell them, it doesn't mean you can't fix one, you can't. It doesn't say you can't sell them.
Okay, so what do? But he technically is not allowed to have it.
So you give it back to him, hopefully some Jewish guy's going to buy his house, and he's got a mezuzah in his house.
The good news is he has a little bit more emet in him than the rest of the crowd that I was around. Why? He's steering for the emet. The answer is not 100%, but you're steering for the emet. You're steering for the truth. What's the truth? What's the truth, Rabotai? What does Halakha say? Halakha says, tell the goy, listen, you know why you have problems? Because you have a mezuzah. That's why you have problems. Because you are not Jewish. You're not allowed to have a mezuzah. That's it, simple. Tell them the truth. Why are we so scared to tell people we're Jewish and they're not Jewish? He wants to be a Jew, Baruch haba, convert him. Don't want to be Jewish, don't pretend like you're one. But everybody has this like dilemma. Oh, maybe you should fool him. Maybe you should lie to him. Maybe. Why? Just tell the guy the truth. Titen emet liYaakov, the Torah says. Give truth to people. Give truth. Just tell them simply, listen, we are Jewish. You are not Jewish. Jewish people have mezuzot. Non-Jewish don't have mezuzot. Simple. That's the problem that you have. You want to be Jewish? Baruch haba, we'll help you. You don't want to be Jewish, then okay, get rid of the problem. This is the problem we have. We have a little bit of an embarrassment of ourselves. We're embarrassed to tell people the truth. This comes from a lack of bitachon. This comes from a lack of bitachon in Hashem, that everything is going to be fine even if we tell everybody the truth. This, believe it or not, is the reason why most of you, the last time you went to shul, you heard a drasha from the rabbi that sounded more like a cartoon. That everything's okay, that everybody's perfect, everybody has a share of the world to come. Not a single rabbi says on a regular basis that if you violate Shabbat, you have no share of the world to come and you have a death penalty and so on and so forth. Most people in the English-speaking world hear drashot that are not really going to help them. Why? Because unfortunately, sometimes even the teachers are in a dilemma where we have a lack of bitachon, where we think if we tell you the full truth, maybe you're not going to come back next week. Maybe you're not going to donate. Maybe you're not going to press like on my Facebook. So even the teacher has to have midat emet. You have to have the midah, the character trait of being a person of emet. Regardless of whether you have 100% bitachon or don't, you have to have the knowledge that you have to fulfill this obligation. You have to say the truth, regardless. When you don't, you're only going to create problems for yourself. And any time that a person has fear of an outcome, and therefore that fear leads him to make the wrong direction, wrong move, the Bet Levi says that's because your fear stems from the fact that you forgot about Hashem altogether.